Hello everyone, this is Booby Lover 10. Welcome to my first ever video. Today, I will be doing a snack review. I've got these two Sweet Shop 4D gummies from Dollarama. We're going to be trying them and giving them a rating out of 10. I think I'm gonna go for the soft drinks first, so let's tear this bad boy open. It isn't resealable, which is kind of a bummer, but there's not that many, so not too disappointed about that. So right off the bat here, really artificial smell, which I don't hate, but it's just a little bit surprising considering it's supposedly made with real fruit juice. So dump a few out. Okay, so I've basically torn right over it, but you can see they have a cola, orange, lemon, cherry, and lime. So I'm gonna go ahead and gather one of each and we're gonna try them, see which one is my favorite. Awesome. Okay, believe it or not, this package actually only came with one lemon lime flavor, so we're gonna have to make it count. As you can see, if the camera would focus, there's a little bit of a pocket of like juice or liquid inside the can, which is pretty nifty. I've gone ahead and brought you in close for this one, so you can see my reaction. We're gonna go ahead and, do it in kind of a rainbow type order. So first up is the red, which is cherry. Very chewy. I didn't get to that liquid center. It's actually a pretty nice flavor. It tastes a lot like, kind of like cherry blasters, but just not sour. Let's go in for the juice. I was hoping for it to kind of pop in my mouth, but it was pretty unnoticeable. The flavor isn't too different from the actual gummy itself. It's not unpleasant, but it's just, I question how necessary it is. We're gonna go ahead and move on to one that I'm pretty sure some of you have been waiting for, which is the cola. And I forgot to show you guys, but these actually have a little graphic on them, and they say, I don't know if you can see it, but they say cider, C-I-D-E-R. I don't know why. This company is not called cider. They're not cider flavored, but that's interesting. I'm also reading on the package that sour flavor I was missing from the cherry is actually supposed to be in the filling, which is not something I noticed with the cherry, but we'll see if things change on this go round. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and try the cola just in one bite to see if that changes the experience. This filling has a lot more of a contrast to the gummy. A lot more sour. Honestly, a lot more flavorful, but a bit of a chemical taste. I really like the cola flavor. I think it's a lot more impactful because of the chewiness of the gummy, as opposed to a classic cola gummy. That one I preferred a lot to the cherry. Let's move on to the orange. Wow. This flavor is very accurate. It tastes exactly like classic orange soda. Again, with these fruity flavors, I don't think the contrast is really there between the filling and the gummy. But this one is actually nicer than I thought it would be. I normally don't gravitate towards orange candies. This is pretty nice. All right, now let's go ahead and try the lemon. Tastes just like a lemon drop. Not as sour as I would have hoped. But it's honestly not bad. So far, probably my least favorite. taste is a little bit off-putting, just because lemon is such an iconic and recognizable flavor. And this has a little bit of a strange taste, but yeah, not bad. And last but most certainly not least, we have the lime flavor. I'll give you a close-up one more time so you can see, hopefully. Look at that. These are not only pretty tasty, but they're satisfying to squish, and they look really nice. So let's give this a try. Wow. Okay. That's got to be the most sour filling, easily. And the lime flavor is actually really nice. I can't say I've ever had a lime soda, but I'm sure they exist. And it's kind of a nice color to include, because I know that's a big part of selling candy. So, yeah. All right, stay tuned for the final verdict. So overall, I'd give these candies, considering their price and taste, a 7 out of 10, which seems pretty middle of the road, but I say these are definitely a buy. Up next, we have the Gummy Summer Drinks. These are pretty similar to the soft drinks, although they don't have that sour liquid filling. These are from the same company, same price, same quantity in terms of weight. So let's open them up and see how they taste. Okay, so right off the bat, these are super glossy, and they smell really sweet, and there's way more of that chemical smell present that there was on the soft drinks. These smell really chemically. I'm pretty worried actually about the taste, but let's give them a try. All right, so the summer drinks candy doesn't actually have a legend on the bag to describe the flavors. It has these two variations here, which is this red cup with an orange slice and this green cup with a watermelon slice. I'll go ahead and try the red one first. We'll get a bit of a sniff test. I can't quite put my finger on what exactly this flavor might be. I'm assuming it includes some element of orange because of the design, but I'll try and be the judge of what it is. All right. Pretty different texture to the soft drinks. A little bit tougher. The flavor is actually surprisingly nice. Not too much of a chemical taste, like the smell would suggest. It doesn't necessarily taste like a drink, though. It tastes more just like a generic fruit gummy. But let's go in for the watermelon. Pretty good. This one has a very distinct watermelon taste, which I love. I love most watermelon candies. Pretty sweet. Same texture as the orange. That can be expected. But overall, pretty nice. Awesome. Okay, so for the summer drinks, again, taking into consideration the price, I'm going to give them a 6.5 out of 10. I would have loved to see a bit more creativity with maybe a few different designs, but again, you can't expect much from a dollar store candy. I'm going to totally dump everything out and show you the ingredients right there. Yeah. Pretty good though. Not as good as the soft drinks. Okay guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you next time for another candy review. This is also my first video, as mentioned in the description. So please like and subscribe if you want to. And I would love to do some review streams. You can also let me know down in the comments what kind of snacks you'd love to see me review. Anything from all around the world. I'm game for pretty much anything, as long as it isn't obscenely expensive. So let me know. See ya.